Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Wamugunda's daughter here, a Kenyan YouTuber doing videos about business and youth empowerment. If it's your first time here, welcome to this family and kindly hit the subscription button below because you're going to learn a lot about that. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. May you be blessed abundantly. Now, internet is out here changing the game, guys. That's why I keep telling you, you as an entrepreneur needs to put your business on the internet. Now look at Netflix. It has no TV channel, it's making money. Look at Amazon. It owns very few stores, still making money. Look at Airbnb. It has no real estate. Look at Bitcoin. It has no physical coins. The internet is out here changing the game, and you as an entrepreneur, if you don't take advantage of this, then you're not making sales as you're supposed to be. Today I'm here to talk about product description as my topic suggests, but first go hit the subscription button and come back. I previously talked about social media and business, and today I'm going to talk about posting your products on social media. And I will first start by defining what product description is. It's a deep elaboration of what you're selling. You could talk about the product name, the color, the dimensions, the material made from it, stuff like that. So when you're writing your product description, you could make it fun, you could make it formal, you could write a story that's relating to your product. However you write to choose your product description depends on your target audience and the product that you're selling. So I am going to give you a few tips of how you need to write your product description so that you get your potential clients and actually make a sale from that. For one, whenever you're writing a product description, if you don't write it as detailed as it's supposed to be, it makes your site or maybe your social media platform look unpolished and spammy. It also makes you look unprofessional. But whenever you write a product description that is detailed, that is direct to the point, then it makes you look professional, polished, and makes you look like you know what you're doing on social media. So you need to ensure that it is professional, polished, and detailed. Also guys, your product description helps you stand out from your competitors because you might mention something that you're offering when selling your product that your competitor doesn't have, or maybe something that your product or service has that your competitors doesn't have. Also nowadays, like I said in one of my videos, whenever buyers want to purchase something, they do go to the internet and do a thorough research of the product that they want. And once they find that you have a well-written description of the product that you're selling, you might be making a sale from that. Your product description does not only need to be detailed, it needs to be convincing. You need to convince your potential buyer why he really needs to spend on your product or service and not on your competitor's product or service. So like I said, I'm going to give you some tips. Number one, avoid misspelling of words. Imagine you're going to buy a product and you have been saving for it, but when you go to search for that product online, you find that the brand that has that product has misspelled words in the description. Maybe the misspelled words are not even one, they're not two, they are three, or maybe four. There's a higher chance that you're going to ignore that product and look for it somewhere else. If I was the one seeing misspelled words in a product description, I would probably ignore that because I will imagine that seller sending that product to me and maybe confusing the color or the size or maybe the address and the product never reaching to my doorstep. So whenever you're writing a product description, avoid misspelling of words. Let it look like you know what you're doing, like I said. Let it make you look professional as a brand. Let the product description talk more about your brand whenever you're writing. You need to do when you're writing a product description, make it look as if you're talking to your buyer. Whenever you're writing, try to use words like you, because if I am a potential buyer looking for that product and I see that you use the word you, I will feel as if you're directly talking to me behind the keyboard. And also make sure that you insert questions where you can, so that when I'm reading and I feel like I'm being talked to, I can answer those questions at the back of my mind. So like I said, 1, avoid spelling of words. Number 2, ensure that you write it as if you're talking to that client. You need to choose a tone, but this depends with your target audience, because if your target audience is maybe people who are 50 and above, you might avoid to use some slang words like lit, squad, and instead you can replace the word squad with group, so that that person can feel as if, despite this person talking to me, he or she is using words that I can relate with. Whenever you're selling a product and your target audience is maybe, let's say, 19 to 25, then you can try to use those. You can use those slang words. You can use squad. You can use lit. You can use such words whenever you're talking to a target audience that's young. Also, guys, you really need to sound convincing. Apart from writing about the product that you're selling, the color, the dimension, the size, you need to convince your buyer, your potential buyer. You need to convince him as to why he or she has to spend his or her money on your product. Another thing that you need to do is ensure that you talk about the multi-purpose of your product. Let's say you're selling a dress, and this is not even hard. Let's say you're selling a dress. You can talk about how your buyer can wear that dress on a sunny Sunday afternoon for a picnic or maybe a date. You can talk about how that person can wear that dress in an official way on a Monday morning with a blazer on top, and to say that the dress will probably make her feel confident as a woman, and you talk about how the dress will make her ace a presentation on a Monday morning in front of her boss. Just know how you'll play with words and make that product look useful. That way your potential buyer will see as if he or she's saving some money when he or she's buying that product, because it will come to save her life. Thing that you need when you're writing down your product description is SEO skills. When it comes to writing down your product, let's say you're selling shoes and you go ahead and add that you're selling Gucci shoes, but when a potential buyer comes to your site, he or she finds out that the shoes you're selling are not even close to Gucci. What does she do? The person definitely clicks on the back button, and another person who is looking for Gucci shoes finds out the same thing and clicks on the back button again. Let's say in a day 5 people click on the back button after finding out that you're not selling actual Gucci shoes. When this happens, Google does give you a poor ranking because people are not finding what they're looking for in your site. So whenever you're writing down your product description, your SEO skills need to be great. You need to be a little bit frank about the products that you're selling, so that people don't come to your site and find that you're not selling the actual thing that you're talking about in your keywords. Also, if that buyer goes ahead and makes that purchase and finds out on arrival that the package he or she ordered was nothing close to Gucci, then this person will not even buy from you again, because he or she will feel shortchanged. Something else that will happen is that he or she is going to give a bad review to someone else, to maybe a friend of his or hers who would have bought a product from you. So always ensure that when you're writing your product description, you are frank with what you're writing. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you did learn something new. I hope you're going back to your business social media pages right now and writing better product descriptions. That is homework for today. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Good day.